recording. We're recording.
Okay, and we are recording.
Recording.
Are you recording?
I'm recording.
We're recording. What's up, guys? We out here again. What's up? Welcome back to the podcast. Unpack Your Bag. We're gonna unpack some more stuff today, and I have my good friend again, Chantel, not special friend.
You clarified.
I know. I made sure this time. So I was like, last time I was like, special friend. You usually like, whatever.
Yeah, don't call me that.
Whatever. Don't trip. Don't hate. Don't hate the player. Hate the game. Okay. Look at my eyes closed. Don't hate the player. Hate the game. Okay. Anyways, we back again for another great, awesome episode of Elevating Hands as Chantel raises her hands.
Another one.
Really?
DJ Khaled.
Really?
That's all I raised my hand for. Just to another one.
Another one.
Another one.
He was so famous. He's such a famous guy for like I don't even know why he's really famous. I know he does producing, but
he does music of some sort. We probably shouldn't say this because now we're really exposing ourselves.
I know. This kind of.
He's a producer. I think he's a producer.
Yeah, I think so. But I don't see other producers that are that famous. Like really, because I didn't really know about him until.
Like he's like Timbaland, right? Remember Timbaland from the early 2000s?
Yeah, but Timbaland
making
was
the white girls famous.
Okay, yeah, but
so that's DJ Khaled for
what race? What nationality is he? Arabian or something? I don't know. My bad, DJ. My bad.
You
I don't know.
Any questions? I don't know.
I don't either, honestly.
I don't know. But
Listen.
he made another one famous, and we back with another one.
So another one. Thank you, DJ, because for that we have another one. Maybe we should add a little like a soundbite of that every time I come in. Another one.
We might have to pay for that.
Nah, well I'll be my voice, so don't trip.
Okay, I'm like,
we're both doing.
What's the trademark laws? We can't pay for that.
That is very true, and I'm not trying to get sued, so
another one.
Yeah, I ain't doing that. Oh, I'm wearing a hat, just so everybody knows I'm wearing a hat because my hair is all messed up. So
put the hat back on.
Yeah, I just want to keep, really unpack my bag, but to be honest, that's why I'm wearing a hat. I ain't scared. I'm just trying to be presentable, you know what I mean?
He's not scared.
I ain't never scared.
You're not scared.
I ain't never scared.
You're not scared to
I ain't never scared. I ain't never. You remember that song?
Right,
remember that song? Okay, too much?
No, that's the bumper. So I'm outside of the club and they think I'm a punk.
Yeah. That was a hit back in the day. That was like the big hit.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. That's when everybody was trying to go to the Chevys and pop their trunk.
Really? That was didn't even know you were going there. It took me a second.
I couldn't help myself.
Oh, that was the lyric.
I couldn't help myself.
Alright, for sure. Don't trip. But let's get into this podcast. We want to talk about entanglement. Okay, so you don't know about the entanglement stuff, right? With the whole Jada Pinkett, Will Smith. This is a really brief topic.
I know a little bit.
Kind of, but,
I know a little bit.
So what do you know? Because I'm gonna get into it, and I want to discuss something that's pretty funny.
So something like, so there's been we were talking about this, that there's rumors floating around that Jada and Will got this thing going on with other people, but they married, right?
Yeah, apparently that they could be swingers, like open marriage or something of the sort. Okay. Yeah, whatever, something, I don't know what it is, but
something like that. And Jada had her little situation with August on the side. And August wasn't supposed to tell nobody, but he told the people, and now Jada is just quiet. That's all I know about the situation.
So Jada was quiet, is all you know. Okay.
Did she ever say anything? Yeah. Okay.
So she brought herself. Have you seen her show, The Red Table Talk?
Yes.
Okay. So I guess like where she goes on the show and she asks people like all these hot take questions of their life, right?
Got you.
So she's bringing herself to the red table, and Will Smith was there with her at the red table. Okay?
Surprise.
Right. So she gets on, she starts to explain how, there was a situation that was spoken about that she didn't bring up, and how she has to clear the air because there's all these things going on.
Because August put the business in the streets.
He sure did. He dropped it like it was hot, and it was hot.
Okay, so let's talk about how it's not far-fetched that August will go put this in the street, given that he's not, if there's levels to celebrity, right, which we agree that there is, there's, he's on the Will
bottom.
and Jada, right?
And then there's ants of,
and then there's a couple layers below, and then there's like August Alsina, right? I'm not a huge August fan. He's a handsome dude. I've never listened to any of his music. So the fact that he would leak this information is not far-fetched, given though he got an album out or a song out or something coming out. Right.
So, and that's what she was saying, because apparently this whole, what you call it, situation happened 4.5 years ago, from Jada and Will Smith's words.
Bruh!
So this is a 4.5 year situation that's just coming up to present now, which doesn't really make sense to me, because it looks like to me, chasing clout for your album. You know, it's just like, come on, bro.
It's not a good look for you, friend.
So she goes on to describe the situation and say how her and Will Smith were in a bad part of the relationship, and how they were separated and they both decided to separate. And she had developed this friendship with August and we were really good friends. And then she says, and so we got into an entanglement.
Okay.
And so everyone's like,
entanglement means they was pumping on each other.
Hold on. So she's like, we got in this entanglement, and you know
what it is, Jada.
And that was what it was, and she kind of just deflected and went into something else. And then so Will Smith's like, so we're at the Red Talk table, and so what do you mean? What really happened? Like, what do you mean? And then she's like, well, I told them, I said it was an entanglement. What do you mean? And then he was like, so you mean a relationship? Yes, a relationship, an entanglement. So then it was confirmed that they were in a relationship of some sort. I don't know how long that lasted or not, but it's safe to assume now at this point that August was telling the truth and that they were in a relationship and that they indeed did have sex with each other.
I never thought August was lying.
I didn't think he was either.
I didn't think August was lying. Now here's what I think, that maybe he fronted a little bit, maybe fell in love with Jada.
Probably.
Right? Jada cute.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
She cute.
I mean, she's a little older now, but
she's a little older, she cute. Yeah. But August messed up because ain't nobody leaving Will Smith, bruh.
I know.
Like, I just think that needs to go ahead and be said. Like,
I think he was kind of hurt and decided to do that because
rough patch or not, 3 kids or not, ain't nobody leaving Will Smith.
I know. And like, I think even if she were, that means that Will Smith is open to any woman of his choosing, essentially. But then, if that was the case. But
then, like, on Will Smith's part, like, ain't nobody leaving Jada. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
true.
They are both equally matched. They equally got they sexy going on. So, you know, the way I'm looking at this is like, sorry, August. Like, sorry, friend. Just
like you lucked out, bro. You picked up. Hey, look,
you know, you had it while it lasted. It was cool. I hope you had a good time.
But you ain't topping Will Smith.
You got some stories to tell. Hope y'all got a fire ass album, maybe, because you had some little heartbreak or whatever going on.
4.5 years ago, apparently.
Hey, you never know how the hurt gonna manifest.
That is true. It could 10 years later, like, then it hurts now, man. Why you do that to me?
So it's we might hopefully, you know, but yeah, it wasn't.
I think the funny thing is because she kept trying to call it an entanglement, and then she wanted to describe kind of what happened, and they're in a bad place, and now they're in a great place, and she had to heal, and he had to heal, and they made the relationship better and all this stuff. But you can visibly see, like, I mean, warranted, Will Smith handled it very well. I mean, when you watch the video, any other me, I couldn't have done what he did. I could not have done what he did.
But check this out, though.
I could not, but you can tell. It hit him.
So the fact that so this doesn't surprise me about the relationship, mostly because they've been together so long, right? And because typically when and Jada has been very open about the way that she's needed to find herself, make herself happy, and kind of her own personal self-development.
Right.
Now within that, you could see that her and Will Smith, like, they're doing life together. Do you understand what I'm saying? And they're committed to that aspect of it. So to say that even though they're committed to doing life together doesn't necessarily mean that they're committed to being in a monogamous relationship. That those two things don't necessarily mean the same thing.
That's true. That's
like,
true.
I'm committed to doing life with somebody does not necessarily mean that I'm committed to being in a monogamous relationship.
Or just only having sex with you the rest of my life.
Right.
I get that. I get that.
So, I mean, you never know the ways that that's going to show up. And I don't know. I've never been married.
I mean, I guess there's no really clean cut.
There can't be a right and wrong answer.
You know, but
because when I look, the marriages I look at look difficult. They look hard.
Yeah, they are. And
who's to say that after 20 years of trying to make life work with a person, you don't get tired of that person, right? But here's the thing, though. People cheat in marriages without this arrangement.
That is very true. That is very true.
People cheat a lot in marriages.
This is very true.
Without this arrangement, so
I guess it's better to have an arrangement about it.
At least we talked about it.
Yeah,
that's like, true. Imagine your spouse saying, "You know what? Hey, babe, I love you, right? And I love the life that we've created here, but I'm not feeling happy in these ways." I'm not feeling fulfilled in these ways, and I understand that, you know, this part is my responsibility to make happy, but I think that if I was able to do X, Y, and Z, it will fulfill my happiness, right? And then, like, as a spouse, you have to say, like,
well, it depends on what you talk about. What's gonna make you happy? That's really the case. I mean,
so then Will could be like, all right, babe, so what are you talking about? And she's like, well, you know what? I've developed this friendship with August, and he cute or whatever, and you know, we just been hanging out, and I just want you to know where I feel, right?
Yeah, okay.
Right, and I think that I want to do X, Y, and Z, and Will Smith is probably, all right, cool. But here's the thing: if the roles were reversed, and Will Smith was like, hey, you know what? I think I want to go, you know what? Me and Rihanna, or me and Beyonce got this really dope friendship.
Like, we're really good friends, but
we're really good friends, like, and this chemistry is undeniable, so I think I want to go boom, 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 right? Like, as a wife, Beyonce? Excuse me? You want to go do what with who?
You know,
Beyonce? Like,
but I think as from the man's perspective, or at least from this guy's perspective, it's like, I would feel the same exact way. Like, what do you mean you want to go and go after this person? Like, well, hold up. Like, I don't know. That's tough.
But we're not happy. Like, I don't know how this conversation.
I don't know. Yeah, how do you bring it? Like, so I kind of want to have sex with somebody else.
I got jealousy issues. I got jealousy issues. So that's how I work. But
some people may not.
I can see the side of it to where.
Maybe after so long in a relationship.
Having an honest conversation. I can see having an honest conversation with your spouse about some of the things that you're feeling and some of the things that you want to do. Now, as a result of that conversation, if you go end up humping on somebody else, I don't know. But I know for me personally, I have jealousy issues. So my thing is always going to be, okay, but you don't choose, or you can't help whether or not you fall in love with somebody.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That is I think that's honestly outside of our control. We can control what we do with those feelings. Mm-hmm. We control how we act on those feelings.
That's true.
We decide if we want to be dedicated, committed to those feelings. But I don't necessarily think we control those feelings, in the sense that I don't think it's possible for somebody to say, oh, I'm not going to fall in love with that person. I think that's out of your control, right?
I can see that, because it's like, that's more of like an emotion, like, where like the emotion is like, you can't, okay, even though how we're back to the last podcast, I was talking about how, you know, like I can control my anger and stuff like that, you know, but I still have it there. It's still there. It's not just not there.
It's still there.
I just can control the reaction to it.
You control how it comes out of you.
Yeah, but the emotions are still there.
Boom.
So with what you're saying, yeah, I can see that.
So do we? But
that's a hard conversation to have. I'm trying to like quantify in my head, like, if you're gonna go to your partner and say some stuff like that, like, do I really believe that my partner's gonna be okay with this, or are we even gonna be in a relationship after this? You know what I mean? Like, I think after so long, maybe after 20 years, you're both successful, you're both rich, right. You've done everything you could possibly think in your life,
right.
Hit every bucket list, and it's like we're life partners, and maybe. I mean, I don't know. I'm not in his life or in his level to.
I mean, that's essentially what a marriage is, right? Is deciding that you want to do life with another human, right?
Yeah.
At its very simplest form, it's saying that no matter what happens, no matter what comes my way, no matter what you do, no matter what I do, no matter how your road goes, no matter how my road goes, I want to do life with you.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So in that aspect of it, monogamy and gender roles and everything else, like, that's something to settle out later, right? But in the simplest form, I think it's just me deciding I want to do life with somebody.
Which I get it.
Kids can come into play. They may not.
I get it. It's
careers, all of that stuff that make us who we are and our desires. So my issue with it is, do I trust that my spouse would not develop feelings for that person as a result of their entanglement? No. And my answer to that is no.
I don't think it. How I feel is like, it would be really hard to do that and then not develop feelings in some way, because like the thing is, you obviously want to do it, so a part of you has some feeling towards wanting to do it in the first place,
right?
And then on top of it, if it is really good, then it's like, okay, right. Those feelings that you have are going to be fostered even faster because of the feeling you get after all that.
Okay, but what if sex is just a piece of it, right? So I think sex is just a piece of it. So what if they're really vibing out first on a friendship level. You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay.
So the fact that they want to sleep together now means what?
What do you mean, like
that some feelings have already been
because they have the friendship and there's like I really have a deep compassion and care for this person.
So the fact that I want to sleep with you now, right? And I think in a committed relationship, I think that's what happens. Like maybe it may be like physically I'm just instantly attracted to this person, right? Okay. And that's fine. But more likely is that I've been hanging out with this person. And I've been laughing and joking with this person. I enjoy talking to this person, right? So the fact that it even gets to a place where I want to sleep with you means that some feelings have been brewing underneath the surface, right? And that physical connection, that physical interaction that we're about to have is just going to amplify that.
That could be true. Or on the other side, they could be just horny and want to just do it and not even care. And then it gets into the relationship. But in the case of the Will Smith thing. But I'm thinking
like if you're horny and you just want to, then Will Smith is fine. You know what I'm saying? So like I don't
But after 20 years, it's like maybe she's just like
regular
right.
fine. Like he not fine. He not bad boys fine anymore. Like he just regular fine, old baby daddy fine, right?
Like he still look good, but you know,
just regular, you know, Jaden and Willow and them daddy fine. He not, oh my God. He not bad boys running down the street with a shirt off fine. I guess I don't know.
That's really funny. He's just regular fine, really. I guess at this point, like she's regular fine too. But I think maybe it's just like, I mean, it could be a whole bunch of different reasons, you know. But in the interview, they were saying that he was pretty much done with her. They were done with each other. They both decided to take a break. They didn't want to be with each other anymore, essentially.
Will and Jada.
And then she stumbled upon this friend, and they both knew him. And he was like really sick at the time. I don't know what. She didn't go into detail about why he was sick or what happened. He said he was really sick and needed help. They helped, and then they had a friendship. Then they turned into really good friends, and then they decided to break, and then they started dating and doing their stuff. And then she realized through that she didn't want to do it anymore. And then they pretty much got back together, and then now this interview came up about
like she wants to be with Will Smith again. Surprise!
But I know, but it's kind of like hey, I want to get some new, you know, get on somebody else for a minute, test it out, and see if I want to still be here. And then I realized, oh, I made a mistake. This is not like I thought it was. You're the one for me. I think that's.
She been working with Will Smith since the 90s.
That's true.
Right. So again, I want to take a break. And you go take a break, but
who knows? Maybe he did too. And we just don't know. And I think they probably both did.
They probably both took a break.
I think, but Will Smith is like the most famous man in the world, who probably any woman.
So they throwing it. So you know, think the reality is that they throwing it at Will. The women is throwing it at Will, right?
Yes.
And the men is throwing it at Jada, right? Yes. So the truth
is, especially when they think that there's a potential that could happen.
That both of them probably stepped outside of their marriage before the 4-year break started to happen, right? That's a possibility, right? Then a 4-year break happened.
Well, no, they weren't. They didn't ever clarify that they were breaking for. They said it happened 4.5 years ago. 4.5 years ago. But I don't know how. They didn't clarify how long the break. It could have been a year break. Could have been 2. Could have been 6 months. I don't know. Who knows? They didn't. Right. It's still vague. It's still somewhat vague.
Right. Because you can't have the whole world in your business. But
my thing is like, if you just want to have open relationship, just see have open relationship. Like that's my thing is like, if you want to have, because they always say they have a partnership and stuff, which is totally fine. I'm not going to judge you, but it's like if that's what you want, just say what you want and go about your day. Like I'm not saying you have to put everybody in your business, but you don't gotta lie about it either. If it comes out, then it's like, yeah, we have open relationship and go on about your day.
But who wants to deal with that level? But who wants to deal with that type of scrutiny? Because the truth is that people are going to scrutinize what they don't understand, and I don't want to I don't want to explain to people my decisions. I don't want to explain to people the interworkings of my marriage. I don't want to explain to people the way that I do these things. So even if it is open, why would I give that to y'all, right? Especially because they're so public.
Yeah, they are.
So, nah, I'm not telling y'all nothing. I wouldn't tell you guys anything. It's none of your business. What me and my husband do is our business. And I'm not going to put a label on anything just to make y'all feel good about it.
Right. Okay.
Because we have to put the label of open relationship just to put them in a category, right? When we don't even know what that is, but that's just the closest thing in our mind that we have to call it. You know?
That makes sense.
Quit labeling stuff. It's my business. We married. That's what we is. That's the label. You know what I'm saying? But if I call it anything else, that's really not what it is. That's not for me and my husband. That's for y'all. Why would I do that?
That's true.
You know, that's for the outside looking in.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
I'm not.
Because at the end of the day, they don't have to explain anything to us. But my thing was just like, I don't know. I think it's more if you're about to be about it. That's just more how I feel. Like if you you don't gotta hide. Just if you're about to be about it, and go about your day. Like you're a celebrity, and this is what you want. So this kind of comes to the territory of. But I'm not saying you have to disclose what you are. I just like
she
just
was
be real.
about it. But that's the thing, though.
Clearly.
So she was about it with August, right? And then August
Up until.
August said some stuff, right? And now she's like, now I'm put in a position where I have to, you know what I mean? Where I have to say my piece of it, because I'm sure she's not tripping on dude.
Because she wasn't gonna say anything at all about it. But then she was like, why did she? They're all just saying like, I don't know why this came out now all of a sudden. Like this is just happening. Decided to speak on this 4.5 years later.
And if you're Jada, the only reason why you do say something about it is because you have your show, right?
Yeah.
And you control the environment and the narrative that you put out there, right?
That's true, yeah.
So, but other than that, you don't say nothing. August want to run his mouth about something that happened 4.5 years ago because he needs some sort of clout, notoriety, cash,
I mean, maybe he could have maybe just felt that way, honestly. But then, like, I just think like at the timing that he did it, when the album came out, which I don't listen to him, I don't really know nothing about him.
I don't listen to him either.
But I just know this now because he's in mainstream media because of this whole situation. But
right.
It just seems like if you were gonna say this,
here's the thing. What if he said, instead of saying that he had an affair with Jada, what if he said like, you know, I had an affair with, I don't know,
Rihanna, Beyonce?
No, that's too reputable, right?
Okay,
like,
so something a little lower.
Yeah, what if he had an affair?
Like an actress, like some random actress or something.
Yeah, like instead of Jada, it was like I don't know.
I can't think of nobody.
Tiffany Haddish. Right?
Okay.
Nobody cares, bruh.
That's so messed up, but it's true.
I love Tiffany Haddish. Shout out to
I like
y'all.
her a lot.
There's no
She's
shade.
funny,
It's no shade, right?
But it's no near
it's
level.
Levels to this thing,
There's
right?
no near level.
August
for that.
Alsina says he has an affair with Tiffany Haddish 4 years ago. This is not news. Nobody gives a shit.
That's true,
right?
Especially if it was 4 years ago.
But what do? You throw Jada's name on it, right? I had an affair with Jada. Then everybody's like, what?
And it was true.
Jada? Not Jada. You know what I mean? Oh my goodness. Let me get him on every radio station from here to New York City so he could talk about
the
time that he had an affair with Jada, but Jada stayed with her husband, right?
Yeah.
And when you think about the story, it's ridiculous because Jada and Will are still together.
I know.
Jada really did.
They ain't gonna leave each other.
Jada shut all the shit down when she said, "Will, baby, come do the show with me, baby, down the hall, baby." They tripping.
You know, for sure at this point,
come talk to me on TV. Real
you
quick.
can guarantee they will never separate from this point. They wouldn't do probably the worst thing that could happen in a relationship and coming out and now it's
about their relationship, right?
It's over
That's
now.
what's so dope about their relationship, right? Is that she could be like, "Yo, babe, come sit right here. Talk to me about this real quick, right? And let's get it over." And then at the end of it, what? They in their mansion, they chilling. You know what I'm saying? She's still making money. He's still making movies. Yeah. She got a show. The kids are balling out of control, doing their own thing. So it's really like, it's not, in the grand scheme of things, it's not that big to her life. Yeah,
that's true.
You know?
It's like a moment in time. It's like a moment. It's like a 10-minute segment in a 24-hour day.
It ain't even a moment, right? Like August spent weeks doing this, right? It's not even a moment.
Yeah, that's true. Well, he got his clock, because we're all talking about it.
So if we do it, if we're keeping score, Jada and Will, 9,903,000. August Alsina, how many albums he got? I'm gonna say.
Don't know.
I'm gonna say 2, right?
Don't even know.
That's 2 to 9,903,000. Jada and Will are still winning. So
I'm sorry for you, August, because it did work. I mean, what do they say? All publicity is good publicity. You know, that's what the whole quote is that they say.
I don't know if that's true.
Which I think is true because if you're relevant, it's more like it can be bad. You can be known as the worst person in the world, but if you're relevant, you're relevant, regardless, good or bad.
That's true.
You're known. But
that's true. Look at Donald Trump.
Yeah. You know, I don't. He doesn't really bother me too much, to be honest. I don't.
No comment. We're not gonna spend the rest of
I don't listen. Look, I don't really watch politics anyways, so I can't get into debate with you about politics. All I know is that he don't bother me, but I don't know. I don't watch the news. I don't watch politics. Know anything anymore.
I can't.
Like I think the only thing I would say I do like about Donald Trump. This is what the only thing Okay, just hear me out. It's because he acts like how Americans would act. We are the shit. No one can tell us what to do, and pretty much fuck you if you think otherwise.
But don't you think that
Americans do that?
But don't you think that those sentiments are the worst things? Like, that's what's wrong with Americans.
Yes.
In a nutshell, it's like this arrogance, this false nationality that you have, or nationalism that you have, is what is wrong with you. Because the truth is that you treat your citizens like crap.
I understand.
And you are walking around here like your shit don't stink. That is what is wrong with this country.
I understand.
Quite frankly,
I understand
that and a whole lot of other things that I cannot get into for the sake of time.
Yeah,
but
that'd be a lot. But if you think about it, but if you think about it, that's what every American wants.
No.
Every American wants to be like, I'm the shit, I'm cool, I have my shit together, and if you don't, whatever, it's no big deal.
But you're not.
Who's not?
Americans. America
I know.
As a whole.
That's the ideology.
America, okay, pause. If you look at America in comparison to other countries, I think you'd be surprised, because as far as like education, as far as the things that we manufacture and produce, as far as our contribution to the world as a whole, we don't fall very high on that list. Meaning that we are the ultimate consumer, right?
Okay.
So think about COVID. Everything was unavailable and scarce during COVID. Do you want to know why?
Why?
Because the majority of the shit that we needed, we did not manufacture here.
That's true.
We had to wait to get it from somebody else.
True. That's very true. That's very true.
We had to wait to get it from somebody else.
That's true.
We ain't got it.
That's true.
We ain't got the ventilators. We ain't got the people. We ain't got the shits. We got to get it from somebody else. That's what we're waiting for. So, if that's the truth, why would you walk around like, I'm the shit. I got the shits. I'm the shit.
I'm just saying, that's the ideology.
You don't got the shits. And you, in reality, you need everybody else to keep yourself afloat. Not even to keep yourself thriving, to keep yourself afloat. Because even in comparison to other countries and the way we educate our children, our children are some of the dumbest compared to, for their age, compared to other students around the country their same age.
I didn't know that. I did not know that. Yeah, no comment. I don't know politics.
We ain't got it like
I will say this. I think, let me rephrase what I was trying to say. What I like is, this is gonna sound horrible.
I'm sure.
This is gonna sound horrible, but it's not necessarily him. It's the confidence that he portrays.
Donald Trump.
Yeah, also Kanye West. Also, people that are really famous have this kind of air of they the shit, essentially.
Okay.
Right? So what I see in Donald Trump is that he does that a lot. He has this, and not like his shit don't stink, but it's more of like, I'm gonna do me regardless of what you think is right or wrong.
Okay.
Kind of like in the sense of the Will Smith and Jada thing. It's their marriage, and they don't got to speak on whatever you like or not. It don't matter.
Right.
So in a sense, he has that same air to him.
Donald Trump.
Yes.
And you're saying that this is a good thing?
I think it can be. Not in all situations, but I think it can be. As far as keeping your own like mental stability in check, when it's like, think about it. If you were to follow every person's opinion, you'd be like a weak ass individual. But to have them afford you to go against the whole entire world and stand on what you believe is where my point of view is coming from. Not him and the person, what he's, it's more of the, it doesn't matter what you think about me type of idea.
No comment.
But that's why I like Kanye West too, for that exact reason.
No comment.
You don't like Kanye?
I have no comment on Mr. West. I have no comment on Mr. West at this time. Wow. What I will say though is that for a minute there, it looked like bro had totally lost his mind. And I'm not gonna say that it looks like he's regained his mind, but he doesn't look like he needs as much mental health services now as he needed maybe 3 to 5 years ago. So on that, I will say No comment.
That's okay. I have a lot of comments for you. I'll take all the comments on this end.
No comment.
But he does seem to be a little more stable, Kanye West. But
a little bit more stable, yes.
Yeah.
Somebody should have called.
Because, but okay,
I wanted to call the pet team on bro a couple years ago.
Well, when he did the whole slavery is choice thing.
Before that, but that was a part of
when
the
he's
crazy.
Ranting and going off and all that stuff.
Yeah, right around that time. Yeah, when he's going on these radio shows and he's talking crazy to the DJ like he about to fight.
Oh yeah.
He did a show where he was like clearly on drugs and just rambled the like last half of his show.
And it's crazy. I was there.
Song, so it's
I was there. The performance before that happened, I was there. And
really?
then the next show he went and did that, and I was like, I just missed it.
I'm really glad he did the show right when I was there. Like I would have been like, thank you. I would have been thanking God. Like thank you God.
No, I wouldn't have mind because when I listen to some of the stuff he does say has really good points about society systems that they put us into to make you think a certain way, brainwashing, all that kind of stuff. It's in there in the rant. It's just hard to follow.
Don't do that.
Don't do what?
When you're supposed to be singing to me.
But that's not supposed to.
For you to do a concert. So I'm here to watch you perform a song. I'm not here to watch you go through your 12-hour rant on the glitch in the matrix. Like I don't, because at this point in my life I don't give a shit. Like I'm here to dance.
Which understandable. But in that same sense, the same way it's like, well, this is my business, and I don't gotta explain to you nothing. It's the same thing.
You're absolutely right.
So we gotta respect that for that same thing.
No. I don't have to respect it. What I do have to do is get my money back and make sure I don't ever spend no dollars I earned on no Kanye West concert. That's what that means for me.
Have you been to
not no CD, not no Sunday service, not no concert. So do you remember?
Have you heard any of them yet?
No. I don't really listen to Kanye West. I told you his last, in my opinion, Kanye West's last good album. It was College Dropout, Late Registration, Graduation.
808's Heartbreak, no.
No.
Twisted Dark Fantasy, no.
No. No. Like
really?
Strongly.
Wow.
No, strongly.
I thought those are great albums, those last two.
No, I think Kanye West's last good album was Graduation.
No.
Yes.
I beg to differ. I just beg to differ. Well, different opinions, that's fine.
I feel like we should ask.
I just can't believe
black people. And I'm putting a call out to you, black people. What was Kanye West's last great album? Graduation. Agree with me. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me. All right, because Anthony tripping.
I'm not tripping. Let
me turn it off and turn it back on.
No, mine just said. All right, so Kanye West. I will say this though. The last thing.
Graduation was his last good album. I stand by that.
That's fine. It's music is opinion anyway. So I mean, it's all subjective to the listener. But I think my favorite was 808s or Twisted Dark Fantasy. Very good albums. Very good albums.
You think 808?
I love 808s.
Okay.
I love 808s. Because it pioneered a new type of genre.
So 808s and Heartbreaks is a better album from beginning to end than College Dropout?
Yes. I personally think so.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. It's beyond just the music.
No.
You gotta understand, like, when you're doing something, people don't understand it until way later.
I agree with you. And still the answer to that is...
But that's fine, but it's subjective.
No.
Okay, that's fine. You're entitled to your opinion.
I can't do it.
But I will say though about him though, Nick, he does get a lot of like scrutiny for the stuff he says because he kind of says stuff, And he doesn't really think about what he says. But if you really pay attention to what he's meaning, what he's saying, and what he actually means by what he says, it makes sense. It's just hard to get through if you're picking apart everything he says.
This is why delivery is important.
It is very important.
So why are you ranting? Are you ranting because you got something you want to get off your chest? Are you ranting because you feel like something unjustly was done to you? Or are you ranting because you want to spread knowledge and information? What is the purpose of your rant? I feel like bro is ranting because he may be rich and spoiled. So
could be.
His rant is self-centered, right? I don't want to hear that shit. Like, you mad, I get it, and again, there's probably some truth to his rant, but the intention behind it is that he's rich and spoiled. So his rent, he's at the center of it. And I don't want to hear that shit.
But the point is, you're rich and spoiled and African American, and yet you're still being held back by white people to a certain degree when you have all the money in the world.
But check this out, bro. You rich.
And yet you still are being held back. So why is that, and why is that system still in place?
No, we're gonna go back to privilege, right?
Okay.
Check your privilege, bruh. You are rich.
Okay.
And you are currently don't have to deal with a lot of things that the majority of your counterparts have to deal with, right? Mm-hmm. So the fact that you're rounding about it makes you sound spoiled. Instead, use the money that you have to create your own.
And that's
once exactly. So once he starts doing that, creating his own fashion lines and things like that, and stop waiting for Adidas and everybody else to give him a handout to do what he wants to do, then I can fuck with you, right? Then I want to hear that. I don't want to hear about how the white man is keeping you down. You got enough money now to create your own shit.
But that was the point. That is even an interview of him and Sway. That was the point he was making, was I have money, but it's not enough to build these factories like all the other major corporations have, and I can't start because it's too expensive to buy the fabrics through regular companies. The reason why the bigger companies have these.
So he can't do nothing but talk shit?
No, he spent a lot of his money and lost a lot of his money because he couldn't afford all the fabrics, and stuff. Well, he was at the time, but he got it back.
Okay, so let's
I don't know how much he was, $50 million in debt. I don't know.
Let's establish this. Kanye West broke and Chantel broke are two different levels, right?
But his broke is like millions of dollars broke.
I'm gonna ask this question again. Was he broke? No, he wasn't, right? And I don't want to say, like, I don't want to pretend like, dang, that's terrible, but like, I don't care.
But it's totally fine.
I don't care.
But when you look at the situation, it's beyond the being broke. If you look at it, it's like, it just shows that when you are black in America, there's still fundamental racism. No matter how far you go, no matter what level you get to.
So that should feel.
And that was the part he was trying to explain, is like, I'm still being held back just because I'm Kanye West and I have money. I'm still getting blocked by all these industries that they say I cannot go into because I'm a rapper. I cannot be in fashion. They're trying to label me in different things. So and this is what I want to have for everybody else.
So think about the entry level brother that's trying to make it, right? Like, so I get it, Kanye. Like, so if that's what, you know, his rant is about, right? And granted, because I didn't listen to him. I gotta be honest, I don't listen to that shit.
That's right.
If that's what his rant is about, then at one point is there a mind flip to say, you know, if this is happening to me after all the affluence that I have and all of the money that I have, imagine how it affects the lower level brother. Imagine how it affects the entry level dude trying to come up and make something of himself, right? Because the truth is that there's a way to accomplish what it is that you want to accomplish without complaining about it.
That's true.
In fact, I think you have more energy to accomplish it, right? If you're saying you want to create your own, I'm sure there's a gang of people that want to do the same. You know what I'm saying? And you have access to these circles.
Right. Am I doing?
You sound like it.
Oh, it's Rocky. Hold on, Rock.
I was like,
who
was that?
But to wrap this up, because it is like about 40 minutes now, he didn't hear. I guess we have to agree to disagree on all this. But we have to pick it up, because it really is true. When you listen to all of them, I listen to a lot of them. The point he's making is that at the end of the day, still famous, celebrity, money, things are still not in the favor that as you think it is. Because I'm rich and famous doesn't mean I don't have these problems. And the reason why he wants to go on these avenues is to change the narrative so that other people like us can get in those avenues without having to be discriminated against or whatnot.
But here's the thing.
And so I do understand what you mean by
okay, so this is me being critical. Is he doing this so he can continue to sell people $300 shoes?
No, because he's trying to. The reason why he even made the shoes, all the clothing so high in the beginning, so he can make it affordable. He had enough money to make it affordable.
Okay. Well, I mean,
and that's why he did a deal with Gap now, and all his clothes are gonna be a lot more affordable now.
I guess maybe next time I'll listen to.
It's like I said, it sounds crazy.
Kanye West induced rant.
What? No, it just sounds crazy when you hear it.
I'll try. Hey, we got more black people in here. All right.
Hello, black people. Black people.
Yo, so Kanye West, better album.
Okay.
What was a better album? All right, College Dropout or 808s and Heartbreaks?
College Dropout.
Or
College Dropout.
Or My Twisted Dark Fantasy.
College Dropout.
College Dropout.
I'll say
College Dropout.
Twisted Dark Fantasy was good from beginning to end. Every song was no skip. No lie.
The correct album to that question.
Well, no, you good. You good. You good.
College Dropout. We can still see your hair rocking.
Nah, I think I was between 808s or Twisted Dark Fantasy, which I'm kind of leaning towards Twisted Dark Fantasy. Great album.
I later
Every song.
appreciated 808 Heartbreaks.
Later on
In life.
It's a good album, right?
When it first sounded, I'm like, what the hell?
Well, what are you doing, right?
What are you doing, bro?
Exactly.
And it doesn't help that the first single off that album is Love Lockdown.
Mm-hmm.
That is not helpful at all.
Yeah, that was low key a trash record.
That's not helpful at all. That's not you're not doing a good job.
But that's the thing, when you do something beyond the scope of regular.
But then Graduation had like
no, it's great.
Stronger, Flashing Lights. Like he has some fire songs come as singles off that album to make you be like, oh, I gotta listen to this.
No, and I agree that there was a lot better singles from that album, but I can't play that album all the way through. There's some songs that will skip. But I will say this.
I don't.
When you're pioneering, when you're pioneering, people don't get it until they get it.
I get it.
So you may look crazy now, and then 5 years later, like, dang, that actually was dope. The funny thing is, I don't even like his clothes. I hate his clothes.
Yeah.
I hate his shoes. I hate his clothes. I don't even like.
I
don't like the style. But yeah, it is what it is.
They look recycled. I don't know how
he made homeless clothes look good.
Yeah, they look recycled. And I don't pay
$300.
Lots of money to look recycled.
That's a new style now.
And I'm not even really into fashion. Like I could put it together when I need to, but like
that's the style. That is the new style.
I don't want to look recycled.
That's
like
the
even
style.
in sneakers and stuff right now is looking like they recycled. Like they've been previously worn.
They were copying off that style that he was generating. That's what's so crazy. And it looks weird. I don't like it, but
some brand new Pumas that look like they have been worn before. And I was like, bro,
that style has low key always been there. It's called like worn or damaged. That's been always there.
Yeah, it's like a scale. My shoes, I don't like my shoes brand new.
More popular.
I'm not paying for that.
Well, I'm not gonna buy them like that. I just like wear them and make them, a little worn in, and that's like cool style,
Alright.
Anyways, guys, we're gonna cut this one because we need to unpack this bag later. But thank you guys for tuning in and watching. Chantel, any last words for the viewers before we decide to end on this great note?
Yeah, y'all better end this debate and tell Anthony that College Dropout was a much better album.
Nah.
The 808s.
No.
I might give you the last one. No, I'm not gonna give you the last one.
No, Twisted Dark Fantasy was a good album all the way through. No song skip at all.
But College Dropout.
But College Dropout was a great.
College Dropout
it's like a classic
Kanye
original.
West's best album.
Period.
College Dropout is Kanye West's best album. Black people, holla at me. And then tell me that his best 3 albums came in order. And then after that, it kind of dropped off.
Please debate in the comments. I want to know, really, because maybe I'm just the
I'm
only
telling
person.
y'all right now, help us out. Help your brother Anthony out.
Help
please.
her, okay?
Help him out.
Help her. She needs some help. I don't know what's going on.
He don't know,
cool.
y'all.
Don't trip.
Until
next time, guys. Thank you for tuning in on this episode of Unpack Your Bag Podcast. Unpack your bag and listen to that album I told you to, okay? Please, thank you. And then agree with me. I need the points. Bye, y'all. Later. Yeah.